What? Why?
Can you hear me?
I can't. Wait, hold on. Try it again.
Oh!
You should turn your mic up.
Oh!
And probably turn the music down slightly. It's just loud. I can't hear it. I can't hear you over the music.
Just turn things up and down.
I wish I knew what you were saying, but I don't. It's a lot of music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm back in the saddle.
Loud noises.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Why'd you hesitate so much?
We're back! Back in the saddle again!
I'm
Back! We're back!
in the saddle again. Back in the saddle again. Is it still mostly music for you?
Oh yeah, I'm getting the music, bud. I mean, I can hear you, but it's still got the musics.
Fuck. I mean, people don't understand what it takes to produce this show.
I really don't. I wish that I understood it more.
It's like, apparently all my cameras are broken.
That's what I need you to do. I need you to hold my hand through the process and teach me how to do all this shit.
I don't know shit about
Why you keep breaking your cameras?
Well, I mean, I'm rough on things.
Well, they have protective
Cameras
casings.
are delicate, and I don't know. I haven't found the perfect camera for me. Like, I need 4K video with expandable audio options.
Under $50, because
I need it
this
for
shit
free.
gets expensive.
Yeah.
I bought that A10 Mini in one of these, whatever these Acasos or whatever, and it was, I don't know, it was like $180 or something for this shit.
How much was your A10 Mini?
I don't remember.
Those
it was
are like $200 by themselves.
Oh no! You know what? I think maybe I got one for $150, and then so I probably spent like $250 on some shit, and it stayed in its boxes.
Well,
up
you got to
until
add another
recently.
10% in cables.
Yeah, we got some HDMI's. I need the adapters though.
That's not all you need.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying
That cable that I just ran you for headphones is my favorite cable on earth.
I'm stealing it.
I'll send you the link. Every time they run out of them though. Anytime Sweetwater has them in stock, they email me and I buy a couple.
Stealing. Why have I been hearing about Sweetwater so much lately?
Because Guitar Center shit the bed for 20 consecutive years.
And what does that have to do with Sweetwater?
They're a very interesting mix of like a real Trump guy running a really progressive business model.
Cool.
He takes really good care of his employees, but they all have to work in person on site in Indiana.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why?
And but they have like a whole village built up there. It's insane.
Oh God, it's Sweetwater Village.
It's a Sweetwater village.
Sweetwater Town. Sweetwaterton.
Sweetwatersburg.
Sweetwatersdale.
Yeah, Tennessee, Indiana. It's
That's the
Fort
one.
Wayne, Indiana.
Fort Wayne.
If my wife left me, I've considered moving there in that hypothetical situation. I consider my hypotheticals.
To work for Sweetwater?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or just to like live there?
No, I would just camp out in front of it.
You'd be like that guy that lives in Breckenridge but doesn't ski.
Like that lady that protests nuclear war in front of the White House every day for 70 years.
Mm-hmm. Like that one guy who lives in the mean streets so he can panhandle for more money.
Yeah, exactly. Like
The mean
man, I
streets
saw a
being
guy
anywhere.
panhandling today with no shoes on. I'm like, baby, there's glass.
Oh man, the ones down at 55 in Bayless, I tell you,
I don't
they're
like
a
going
whole
over
new
there.
thing. That is an area, and those dudes. One of them was living in a porta potty on a work site I was working at, because like he was like, oh, this porta potty, and he would like leave his clothes in there, and then I would have to use that porta potty when on site, and then
My God.
and then it's like this dude's clothes are in here, and he'd walk down to the highway intersection, and he'd handle the pans.
Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We have been on strike in solidarity with the Screen Actors Guild and the writers, and but we're back because I realized we don't even work with them.
That shit's dumb though. Like they should just why even AI anyway.
I don't know. I don't have a dog in that fight.
It's just like I don't know if they got to necessarily make it a whole financial decision. Like just keep the actors acting and the writers writing.
The real problem is that all these streamers have been dumping all this money to build out their menu of offerings, but they haven't made any. So the writers are asking for a cut of money that no one's gotten a return on. You know what I mean? Like if Netflix spends $10 million on a season of a show, they don't just make $10 million back. Like it's like they're like investing in. Everyone wants to be HBO.
Yeah, and just have that forever of content, good content, because some of the shit that comes out on other stream services is horrible.
Yeah.
However, you know what? That Velma show on HBO was pretty fucking god awful.
Did I watch that one?
It's just bad.
I don't think I watched that one.
I gave it a chance, and I wanted to like it.
I'm not really a TV guy. Will you look at this cat? This is a
Look at him.
lazy boy.
He wanted-
Comfort Deluxe.
He wanted to remind you about Caddyshack. in
My
Hamel,
God.
Illinois.
Yes. As always, we want you to remember to check out Caddyshack of New Hamel, Illinois. Caddyshack is an independent, family-run cat rescue. They do the Lord's work, let me tell you. And they are, local to the area, and they do a lot of really important work. They're going to need fosters coming up. If you're in the greater St. Louis metropolitan area and you want to foster some kittens, I saw that, and they have a link on my website. So go to jacobv.com, JACOBVI.com, and then you can find Caddyshack in one of the tabs there. Save a life or 9.
Plug it.
Clay, we should talk about it because you were there. The No Antics Femgrime LP release last Saturday at the Off-Broadway.
Oh, that was fantastic. And I just saw the pictures on your guys' Instagram.
Yeah, Austin came through with the photos.
Really good, well done pictures. And I really enjoyed the show.
Tell me about the show.
Both of our parents were there. That was weird.
Yeah, both of them.
But the show was great. I didn't much pay any attention to the opening acts, but
oh, they're great. Tidal Volume actually is totally great, and Zach, who's I guess the front guy, he had a solo record I really loved too a couple years ago, and so I caught up with him about that. He may be on the show soon. I'm meaning to get him on mic at some point because I keep running into him. And then Blonde Guru, good friends of mine. I love them.
oh, did you get that Wolf guy on here?
Raven Wolf?
No, the guy, the Wolf guy. Dick Wolf's son is what you're
Neil.
Neil.
No,
there you
not
go.
yet. I saw him at Walgreens, though, the other day.
Oh,
just
that's
after we talked
good.
about
That helps. What was he getting at Walgreens? Was it personal?
Cash.
Can we talk about what?
He was at the ATM.
Sounds personal enough to me.
Yeah.
You just hang out in Walgreens and watch the ATM?
I was just loitering by the ATM.
Are
Like
you
Jay and
moonlighting?
Silent Bob at the video store, but it's me and the Walgreens on McCausland, just the ATM. I lean on the machine.
You're like moonlighting security for a Walgreens, but they didn't talk to you about it, so it's just kind of like you're just hanging out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Your neighborhood watching a Walgreens.
So the No Antics show was crazy. The album is out. Femgrime is the LP from No Antics. 10 brand new songs. I
Good
originally
ones.
had pitched them the idea of, well, we could put all the singles on an album with new stuff. And
I
they
love
said, no,
that
what if
tank
we
top.
did just 10 new songs on top of the 6 singles? And we played all of that material that night. And the crowd was great. It was a very successful show. We dropped a bunch of new merch. Right now, the only way I
Yes.
can think of to effectively sell merch is at No Antics shows. So stay in tune with No Antics on social media because we have shows coming up in August, September, and October, and those may be the only opportunities to get the merch right now.
Do you have option for pre-order?
Well, it's all out.
Are you sold out?
No. It's all out. Like, it's all available.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that. It's just
So you
kind of
wouldn't
like,
pre-order it because it's already available. You would just order it.
well, you can't
But
order
I don't
it.
know exactly where they would do that.
You can't
yet. I gotta set that
pre-purchase
up.
it
I'm the guy
online.
that sets all that stuff
You
up.
got to figure it out.
What the fuck is that noise?
I think
That
it's-
cat is back there on the staircase just sneezing.
He's got a sneeze attack.
A rapid sneeze attack?
Well, you got a lot of dust in this basement.
It's from him.
He has seasonal allergies. There's
This
a lot of
camera is
ragweed.
whack.
There's a lot
the
of
lighting
ragweed.
is all fucked up. It looks like 2008. Why would it say 1080p on the camera?
It looks like it's kind of got a little bit of a little yellow shade to it too, like Transporter 2. Remember?
Was that all in yellow?
It was just very yellow.
The Transporter too.
The second one, yeah.
It was very yellow.
It was a yellow.
Like whenever they're in
movie.
Mexico in that movie Traffic.
Yes, yeah,
Whenever they're in Mexico, it looks like you're looking at it through a Cerveza.
yeah, or some yellow aviators, like some fucking
Which are good for
Hunter
digestion.
S. Thompson aviators or some shit. But oh man, I tell you, that was a good show. What's wrong? What's wrong?
It's just, you know what I mean? It's only Tuesday, and, you know,
Man, I've had to get up at 5 a.m. the last 2 days.
how have you seen Cedric?
No, I have not run into Cedric.
Will you talk to me about your experience at the No Antics show?
I was. I said I had a great time. It was wonderful. The music was sounded great. The sound guy did his job. I really enjoyed everyone's performance.
Hey, how about the
individually
lights?
and together? Lights were great.
Turns out that guy used to do lights at the pageant.
That's wild. Good for him.
He's a sweet guy. If it was up to me, he would do the rest of our gigs for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no, he really did everything right. It was all
and
pretty
actually, the
perfect.
entire set is available on patreon.com/JacobV.
And your encore was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I took the 2-track mix down from the board and I mastered that, so it's mad decent. And I synced that up with the video from the balcony that my drunk uncle messed with a little bit. And it's not quite.
He was having a good time.
It's not quite the experience of being there, but it is as close as you can get for $1 a week is what the Patreon goes for, and we have lots of exclusive content on the Patreon every week. We don't do this show every week, even though we're supposed to. I'm trying to get 50 episodes for the year, but it's hard.
What are we at now?
48.
Oh,
I don't know if it's going to happen. And Patreon.com, though, we don't miss a beat. Because if I'm not doing this show, it's because I'm out in the world creating something, and I keep that stuff in the loop
he's
on
a
the
content
Patreon.
creator, guys.
I'm a content creator, the
creating
first of my
content
kind.
on a regular basis.
Nobody's out here creating
exactly.
content.
It's such an
you want
original
content?
idea.
Are you looking for
He's
content?
so good at creating the content.
I
guys.
look insane on this camera. This is not going to work. Can we just put up a picture
I bet you don't fucking look at it.
because this is what I have to look at. I got to make sure the stream is working.
Okay, we've messed with the cables and the cameras and the microphones and the headphones and everything. Way
It
too
looks
much.
like I live in cables down here.
It's just it could be organized.
You don't even offer to help me with that.
Every time I come in here, I get anxiety.
You get anxiety.
Yeah,
How do you think I feel?
you live in it. You're in this is like immersion therapy for you. Like me,
For me?
I
I don't want to be immersed.
this is like cave diving for me. It's
Cave
weird.
diving?
Yeah,
Spelunking?
I'm not big into
Have
the
you ever
spelunking.
spelunked?
I've never gone spelunking.
I've spelunked. And you know what? I don't like bats. So,
You know what? Maybe I did spelunk at that one summer
sixth
camp.
grade camp.
Yep, boom. That might
Yeah,
have been
we
it.
spelunked a little bit.
Boy, I think that was the last time I went spelunking. So not that long ago, I guess. Just like 20 years.
That would have been 2004 for you.
Oh my god. That's upsetting. When did you become sentient?
That's the problem with me. I think always.
You think you remember everything.
I remember too much.
Do you remember the trauma of birth?
Not specifically.
Do you think it's because you blocked it out?
No, I think it was after that, maybe.
Do you remember the first time you skinned your knee?
Not the first.
Do you remember the first time you stubbed a
Why
toe?
is that the jump? Can I get one in between this and this?
Do you remember the first time you shit your pants?
Not the first time.
What,
But
I
the
mean,
last.
What, today?
No. What do you mean?
I'm just like you shit your pants daily. It was a dumb joke. It's fine. We
It's
can
not.
move on.
Why did you ask me that?
I don't know.
When did you first come online?
Like 14 or 15 probably.
What were you doing?
Huh?
What?
No,
14 or 15?
No, I don't fucking know. I just see like TikToks and reels and shit. Sometimes it's like people being like, at the age of 3, when I finally started figuring out that I'm a living human being, and they're like, ah, and it's like, oh, I don't really know if I remember that moment. Obviously,
Yeah, like I have
who
some
the
really,
fuck does?
I have some really great early memories that are moments of time that I know were really early. I remember getting splinters on the deck on Hoffman.
I remember falling down the steps.
I remember having
at,
the chicken pox in that
Tealwood.
house.
I don't remember having chicken pox. Did I have chicken pox?
Yeah, with me at the same time,
Well, that would make sense. We were around each other a lot.
exclusively.
Yeah. It's like they were trying to make us like each other or something.
Which I'm against.
I know, right? Fucking assholes.
That was a crazy
Let
house.
me decide.
That's the house in which I said Merry Christmas to the devil in hell.
See, I don't know how you remember that. I
I
remember-
don't really
what
remember
it looks
saying
like.
it, but I've seen the video of it enough.
Is that the one where we called 911 and acted like we were calling our grandparents to get out of trouble?
No, that was on Pilot, which is
Shit.
over by where you live now.
Shit. Crazy.
Because that was on that basement phone.
That wasn't a basement phone. That one was in the kitchen by the basement. Well, let's not do this to the people.
No, the phone
We should
had...
talk
No, this
about-
is good because you don't remember your childhood.
But we should talk about things that other people can talk about and relate to. No one knows about our shit.
I'm in a band called Blinded by Stereo that's also doing really great. But I told the children today at summer camp that I just opened for Flo Rida, and they didn't know who that was.
Ooh. That hurts a little bit.
It hurts my soul.
You know, actually, I had one of those moments earlier because I realized that I'm getting older, and there's just
You're
some
getting
shit that
older.
I don't understand. Yeah, we're getting old, motherfucker.
I'm young as fuck.
You do also have direct exposure to those people. Like,
Yeah, I
those
stay.
people being the
I
youths.
keep a finger on the pulse of the culture.
Yeah, see, I'm on my way out. I think because there's some shit that I just don't get anymore. What is a hyperlink?
Oh God. Is that serious?
No.
Good. 'Cause I would get so triggered. I had a grown woman ask me to my face, an elder of mine, a colleague and an elder. She said, "But where is the Google Drive?"
What did you tell her?
I said, "Well, it's in the cloud." And she says, "But where is that?" And I said, "Well, technically, I guess it's on a server in a warehouse under Google. And then you could just access that from wherever you are."
And how did they take that news?
And she said, "Really?
Fascinating.
I don't trust it."
Wow.
A lot of that. Blinded by Stereo, that record is still absolutely one of the finest accomplishments of my career. Tape on vinyl, exclusive, high-res, beautiful turquoise vinyl.
Are you just saying words now?
No, that's, the product. Bandcamp, Blinded by Stereo on Bandcamp if you want the vinyl. It's the only vinyl record I've ever put out. And but I do kind of have a manufacturer in mind who does small batches of really beautiful vinyl records that they did something for the Manis Brothers some time ago.
Oh, I saw Jake Manis recently.
Really, I love him.
Yeah, nice guy.
He's got a new band. He wants to do a thing. I
That's
think his
nice.
brother had a baby, so I think
Wow.
that makes it hard to be a brother.
Well, it's hard to do a lot of things when you have a child because then your life kind of just becomes about raising that child.
Yeah, well, my life is just about cleaning up after these 3 bad dogs.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Shut up!
They're pretty bad. But, it's okay because they're cute, and they love you unconditionally. And that's the best part about a dog.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God damn.
You could insult a dog's mother, and they'll still be like, let me lick your face.
Really?
Go ahead, try it.
Why? Why would you insult their mother?
Oh, I'm just saying that they don't get angry at you.
Oh, that's what you meant by that?
Because they love you unconditionally.
I can't believe.
Well, most dogs. Unfortunately, there are some that don't have good situations. But let's not get into that. What can't you believe?
Just that I couldn't get your camera working.
Oh, my God. Let it go.
I can't let it go.
There's
I'm ill.
We might as well just restart this podcast.
No, we're good. This is all good. Everything's fine. Who is Eli Crane?
That sounds like a made-up name of a villain in a Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Eli Crane.
Trigger warning. I don't remember why I wrote this guy's name down. Oh, he's the guy. Eli Crane is the congressman
Jesus.
who referred to
So a villain.
who referred to somebody as, quote, colored people, end quote, by Eli Crane. Like on the floor of Congress, like as if that was the preferred nomenclature, dude.
Well, I'm okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, no, I don't like that, and that shouldn't be the terminology just to identify certain demographics. But like, you've said people of color.
No, he didn't say people of color.
You said colored people.
He
Yes.
said colored people.
That's significantly worse.
I would never.
Yeah, no, that's just that's a road. That's a bad road to a bad place.
Right.
But also, is he a white man?
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Yeah, he's some kind of white.
is he an older white man on
Not
Congress?
blonde necessarily.
No, his hair's probably white.
No,
like,
it's not. He's
Like
he's a brunette with a stupid beard. Ugh.
why is his beard stupid? Is it like
It's just not.
Rasputinous?
It's not a
is
complete.
it ratty?
Elijah James
Is it
Crane.
patchy? Is he really proud of his mustache? Did he put wax in it?
He's from Arizona. Was he a baseball player?
Oh God, I don't care. What's his name? Eli Crane.
No, he was just wearing a baseball hat.
Oh wow! Oh wow, that's crazy.
Well, he says he misspoke, so I guess it's no big
Is
deal.
there a picture of him wearing a hat and people?
He misspoke, dude.
They do
Brother,
stuff like
he
us
misspoke,
too.
dog.
He can misspeak these.
Will you
nuts.
let him speak?
I don't care about Eli Crane.
I don't either. I had to see why I put him in the show prep because you were
Fuck
saying,
him.
You were saying we have to pivot to something that the people care about. So I thought they cared about.
No one cares about
Congress.
Eli
I don't
Crane.
know.
He's just another dumb old bigot. Bigot. That's the word. what he
Definitely
is.
dumb. Definitely dumb. What are we gonna do about everybody being so dumb?
Well, the biggest problem with that is, the whole natural selection kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went out the window a long time ago. So there's a lot of people on this planet that shouldn't be here because they're just weaker, either mentally, emotionally, or physically. And that's just, it's really just putting a whole speed bump on the road to success as a species.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too many of us, and a lot of us are fucked up. I'm one of them.
Yeah, something's wrong with you.
Well, when it comes to the whole idea, like, if you had to save the universe, would you sacrifice yourself for the betterment of mankind? And I'd be like, yeah, if getting rid of me makes this situation better, I'm okay with it.
But there's no way it would.
Well, no, but I'm saying if there was some sort of snap your fingers or make a wish
Snap
situation.
your fingers. Do your step.
Yep. So
you can do it all by yourself, baby girl.
that's all I'm saying.
What's your name?
Is there needs
we
to
had
be less
choreography to
people.
that song.
You know what was supposed to happen is all
David-
the dumb people were supposed to die during
I was
COVID.
riding with David in his Chevrolet Celebrity station wagon, and we had Ferrari shift gears. We had choreography. When we would hang out at Starbucks and smoke Parliament Lights.
Yeah, man, why did we all do that?
What else would we do?
Yeah.
There was nothing else to do.
You're right. You could go hang out.
Now I can take an Uber to a
On the
house party at
corner.
Airbnb, and I can shoot some people. If I'm a
Are
youth.
are you still on that Airbnb shooting thing? That
I'm
was
just-
we
Airbnb
talked about.
is just wild.
we talked
Airbnb
about
is
that, like,
losing
3
all
weeks
kinds of
ago.
money, and it's just,
Airbnb can eat my butt. This is what happens when people buy up a bunch of property and don't let other people have access to it, just so they can make some more passive income. And hey, I like the idea of passive income. If I can make money and not really do anything, that sounds
But
fucking
until I
amazing.
have passive income, I don't like it.
But as long as I see a fucking house for $200,000 that's 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 800 fucking square feet, and it doesn't even have proper flooring because they ripped it all up thinking there'd be fucking hardwood under carpet, and now it's just subflooring exposed, and there's fucking water damage, and they still want $200,000 for
Did you
this
see
fucking
my
shit
neighbor's
box.
house is for
Let
sale?
me finish! The housing situation's fucking dumb, and I want to buy a house, and I really don't think I'm in the position right now to do so because everyone's fucking it up, and I'm okay with Airbnb crashing because fuck them.
Yeah, I've always said that.
Hotels exist.
Hotels are back.
Buddy's got houses and couches.
Yeah, people got homes.
You can sleep on a couch.
I like to stay in a home when the people are there.
If I don't get at least a cat or something, just give me a glance when I'm in that Airbnb, I'm going to give it.
My problem with Airbnb is when I come to your house to stay there on Airbnb, you're not there to get me a Diet Coke. How about we create a new app where you host people in your home while you stay there with them and you have to get them things?
You know what, the Airbnb that we used in Chamonix, France was they did leave us like a little bottle of bubbles, and
I have turned you into a real
frickin-
podcaster.
What?
You're like, well, when I stayed in an Airbnb in France and I had to take a shit. And this is just it's set. This is why.
No, I was saying they left us like these weird like orange and chocolate, like little cakes and fucking like booze. They left us some cute shit. It was really adorable. In the balcony, looked at the mountains, and I liked it.
No, but I want them to be there in case I need something.
Well, I mean, yeah, if there's a problem, you want to make sure. Like, I think that I fucking yeah, I have some friends that were like in LA or something recently, and they like left one of their phones there, and they couldn't get a hold of the people, and then they ended up getting a hold of the guy that was staying there the next day, and then he offered to mail it to them. So like the Airbnb owner had no fucking part in anything, and then it became weird. Apparently, it doesn't matter. It's just kind of like, oh no, how are we
You're gonna
handle
leave
this?
out the part that was weird. That's a good story.
No, this is the guy then was like texting a bunch, and it's like, hey, leave us alone. We got the wallet. You're good. Or the
Yeah,
phone.
I got my
And
phone.
fucking, yeah.
Don't keep using it.
Please leave me alone now. Thank you.
Your part with my phone is done, sir.
Yeah. That's
Maybe he was lonely.
you know, maybe he was a creep. I don't know.
So I creep. People are saying that. People are saying that Airbnb is mostly for creeps.
Airbnb. You know what? I've never stayed in an Airbnb where
I think
feel
Vrbo's going
le-
to take over
not
because
gross.
Vrbo has like the more premium offerings, which will survive the collapse. But somebody's dead mom's house that hasn't been updated at all, and they just rent it out to people because it's near an airport or something.
Yeah. Or
that's
what
done.
if it belonged to you know, like a serial killer, and then they're still living in caverns beneath it, and they have an inbred daughter monster. You know.
That would be my worst fear, is that I'm visiting somebody out of town and I want to stay at an Airbnb so I have a home base, and I wake up and there's a daughter monster.
Have you seen Barbarian?
No.
Oh, that's what that's about.
So they buy a serial killer's house and he's got a daughter monster in caverns beneath it?
Justin Long somehow owns this house in Detroit, but never knew that the previous owner was still living in caverns in the basement and was a serial rapist or something back in like
that
the
was
60s.
kind of like...
But he had like an inbred daughter monster.
Yeah.
It
That's
was-
good.
It was bonkers.
I would go
I
see
didn't
a-
know that's.
I
the
would
way
go
that was
see a
gonna
band called Daughter Monster.
Daughter Monster's not a bad band.
I'm
name.
in bands with worse names than that.
Write it down. Which one's the bad one?
It doesn't matter.
Which
I mean,
one's the bad?
I-
Say it.
None
No,
of them are as good
no,
as
you,
Daughter
no,
Monster.
You already opened that jar.
I'll go
I can
on
smell
the record.
I can smell
I'll
what
say
you
it.
opened.
I'll
and
say
I want
it.
you to say what it is.
I'm going to say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. I'm going to say I'm about to say
Oh,
it.
God damn it!
I'm about to say it.
I miss Vines sometimes.
I don't.
Why?
The resolution was dog shit.
Oh yeah, well you got that.
I want fucking 4K.
I mean, I just really enjoyed.
Unlike this garbage, I look like a potato right now.
Oh,
We didn't have to live stream the episode. We could have just done the audio, but then people bitch.
I mean, at least we're giving them the content that they want.
I miss them. I think about this show every day, and when we don't do
We're
it,
giving them the content.
It
that they
hurts
pay
me.
$1 a week.
so
to
we had a
experience.
holiday. We were on
Or not.
strike with SAG because I was in the window on Channel 5 when I was a kid, so I pay my dues every month.
You got to pay your dues.
And we can't just do a new episode when SAG is striking.
Do you mean the Screen Actors Guild?
Right.
Okay, that's I didn't. I thought it was another SAG.
Do you keep up with Russia at all?
I mean, it's a big country.
Are we going to be okay?
No, probably not.
It's bad, right?
I don't think that the defense budget of the United States would allow for anything to harm the inlands. Also, why would they hit St. Louis? You know what I mean?
No, I just mean in general. Like, things will suck here if people have to cling to all their resources on the coast. We won't get any of that overflow.
Oh, I don't know if that's going to be a major issue.
I mean,
My problem is I know for a fact that global warming is affecting certain parts of the country, even right now and continuing into the future.
isn't it going to be 128 in Las Vegas this weekend?
Right, shit like that.
Yeah.
So that means that the property value and population density is going to skyrocket for areas like here in the Midwest, where we have a little bit more of a
Where it's only
seasonal drive.
128 for a couple of days out of the year.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're probably never going to see more than 115 this year, but it's like it's fucking hot. But it's like, you know, what are you going to do? But like we will experience winter, so we will have like that kind of stuff, and we're just getting still more cold air from the north than that area is. So people from
you know what? I've
that
always said
area,
that.
that, before California even breaks off and just floats into the ocean, so many people are going to leave that state and try to find land here or, in Kansas or fucking Minnesota and shit. Minnesota. And so that's a big deal for us because I'm already trying to buy a fucking house in this horrible market. I don't want it to get worse.
Did you see my neighbor's house is for sale?
And then the world's going to die. The whole world is going to die. We're going to have to figure it out. We're going to have to eat people. I'm not going to survive the apocalypse.
So you don't want to buy my neighbor's house?
I'm trying to avoid talking about it because I don't really want to live in this neighborhood. I like this street a lot, but I'm okay with being in the county. All the houses are so close together. I don't like that I got to squeeze my shoulders together when I walk up your alley.
That's true. You're a big guy.
Yeah, and it's just like I would rather not
Did
have
you see
to
she's
deal with
gorgeous on the
neighbors.
inside?
Is that like a book or something?
That's what the sign says.
Oh,
it says I'm gorgeous on the inside.
I should look into it. I should look it up on Zillow or something. I just haven't even been
We
looking
could
in
go
this
over there right
neighborhood.
now.
I don't want to do that.
It's open.
I got a cat on me.
They moved.
It's just empty?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I'll just squat in it. What do you mean fucking buy it? I'm just going to live in it until they sell it. And then it'll be like, who are you? And I'll be like, I don't know. And I'll shit on the floor.
I don't know.
And I'll run out the back door.
They were cones. We could draw you up a fake lease, and with the economy the way it is, you could actually, with your rights, you could squat in there for 6 months before they force you out. Mm-hmm. If we make it look like you thought you had a lease, if it was all email,
We're going to change my name to Stephen Forsyth.
I'll be your landlord, and I'll be Travis something.
Pastrana.
Travis Pastrana.
I think that's a wakeboarder or a surfer.
He was
or
wasn't he
something.
BMX?
I don't know.
I've been watching Baywatch 24 hours a day in my kitchen, and Kelly Slater was on a couple seasons.
Oh, how's that
Pro
make
surfer,
you feel?
like the OG pro surfer. And then Jason Momoa was on a couple seasons.
Well, you know what? He's got that face.
And there was this one episode where him and his buddy were going to go skinny dipping with these two girls, but they stole their lifeguard truck, and they were naked, and they didn't have a truck.
Holy cow!
I know, it was so funny.
Wow,
And
that's
then,
hilarious.
It's really good. It's early seasons. It's Pam Anderson's old nose.
She got a new nose.
Yeah, at certain angles, it didn't even look like the same person. I'm like, who is that broad?
I never watched that movie that was about her and Tommy Lee or whatever.
I didn't watch the dramatization.
What was it called again?
I wouldn't know. It's called Hepatitis C, a
what-
memoir.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes, Hep C, the miniseries.
Hep C, Part 1.
My blood hurts. The miniseries.
My blood is spicy, Tommy.
Oh, fuck.
Why is my blood spicy? We're going to hell.
Yeah,
Baby
we should
Jesus,
make fun
please
of that.
forgive us for making fun of that poor sweet man and his liver condition. Amen.
Well, there's like 10 different types of hepatitis.
Oh, he knows.
They could have gotten any of those. They had to
A,
just get the
B,
one.
C, easy as 1, 2, 3, easy as hepatitis.
Are you saying that Jackson 5 song is about hepatitis?
That's how you remember which hepatitises there are.
Who taught you that?
That's a good question. This is important. This is good progress for you, though, to question sources, because you used to just believe things, and then you told people that Wes Anderson and Paul Thomas Anderson were brothers
At a bar.
for
At like-
years.
At like 10 in the morning because I used to work nights.
At the trophy room?
Yeah, but it was the trophy room.
Remember that time I... Never mind. Oh!
Nah.
La la.
No memories are good memories at the trophy room.
Did you what have you noticed about the homeless population locally lately?
They're very nice. That's
They don't listen to this show.
That's not true.
You could talk about it.
Some of them are straight up mean. When there's that one on Hampton by 44 that it's like the older lady that's got no teeth, but she wears pigtails every day to make herself look like more
Crazier.
Yeah, like when she looks fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And she's got no teeth, so she's just kind of smacking gums and smiling, and it's like, oh
What do you make of the fentanyl crisis?
god, fentanyl's a horrible thing,
What do you think about the
and it's everywhere for no reason. People are cutting
It's for good
cocaine with
reason.
fentanyl.
But there's a reason why. It's because you can get fentanyl for so cheap,
Yeah.
and you can cut it into things.
Well, and also, but like they'll fuck you up for very little fentanyl. Like I think the usual dose used in like EMS was 100 micrograms max. and that's fucking bonkers. That's why everyone was ODing on fentanyl all the time, because it's so much more potent than any other.
But they've gotten it
opioids.
to the point where you can't get pure versions of other drugs.
Exactly.
The cops in New
Not
York are
unless you go to
saying
the
that
source.
that something like 90% of drugs seized on the street contain fentanyl, and I guess that
Yeah.
excludes cannabis because they're probably not seizing
That's what I
cannabis
was saying.
anymore.
They're putting fucking fentanyl in cocaine now. It's the opposite of what you want.
Because I used to every now and then I would take,
But I guess that is kind of like a speedball.
but we used to only ever recreationally take a couple of something that was prescription that was like left over or stolen or sold. Not something that was cut up and pressed into new pills cut with other things.
I know, it's crafty.
And that's what's happening.
I'm not a big fan.
Because you can get way more money. If I
Now-
if I buy a kilo of cocaine and I
So-
can double my profit on it by cutting it with things that are going to get people addicted to it and bring them back to it, but also, alleviate some of the overhead or whatever. I mean, it makes sense in the business model, but I think it all happened too quickly, and
It became very accessible
it's
to
so
multiple
dangerous.
people that could then traffic it around. And then the problem with that is you're not going to stop it. Like, the opioid epidemic thing is never going to stop. It's just going to have to be adapted to. And people who want it will be able to get it. And that's an issue. And, it doesn't matter if you try to get off it and you get on methadone or anything like that, because the half-life's longer, and that's what people usually used to do. What you need to have now is everyone needs to have accessibility to Narcan, because
Narcan will save you from fentanyl.
yeah, so it's an opioid receptor blocker, basically. So like the chemical reaction that's happening in your brain due to taking opioids, it's like slamming the door on that, so you can't uptake any more of that, and it pulls you out of your high. People
Now-
get so pissed if you pull them out of a high with Narcan. Like, let's say they stop fucking breathing. You do that, they'll literally, like, there's cases, multiple,
They pop right
hundreds
up.
of cases, they'll pop right up, and they'll be so
I
pissed that you
saw
took
it
their
in
high
the
away
produce section at Schnucks
that
Hampton Village
they'll
once.
shit on the floor. They'll be like, "Fuck you!" And they'll shit on the fucking floor.
They always evacuate their bowels when you Narcan
No,
them?
not always. I'm just saying sometimes they get so
That would
mad
be
they don't know what
fucking
to do,
hilarious.
so
I'd
they
get
shit.
mad too. Be like, bitch, now I'm in the middle of the produce section at this Schnucks in Hampton Village, and I shit my pants. 'cause
Well,
you
and they
forced me to live.
probably paid for that, overdose, and so they were saying you wasted my money and my high, and they get mad at you, and then they.
But you were
shit on the
literally dying in the produce section.
Right, but sometimes that doesn't happen where people acknowledge that right away. Usually it's a rush of emotion. Also because the fact that they probably, almost died. So that's a whole thing. It's a sad thing, and I wish that it never happened, and I think that there's probably more of a systemic issue that led to that. I think that, things that we're not being
Well, there was an
told,
interview, I think it was probably with the soft white underbelly guy who was talking to
but soft white underbelly guy.
the guy who does that show, Soft White Underbelly, where he interviews like pimps and shit.
I've never heard of that. So
Oh
I thought you were
God.
just describing a guy that had a soft white underbelly.
No, you know that guy with the soft white underbelly.
Oh yeah.
No,
What's
there's
his name?
but I think I saw a clip where I think it was him interviewing a homeless heroin guy who was describing how
Heroin guy.
in the course of 2 weeks he saw all of the normal heroin come off the streets and get replaced with fentanyl, where you couldn't even get your normal good old fashioned heroin.
Yeah, that'd be.
It's it's intentional. Or they've just made it so. But if you make something so cheap that it takes over that quick, it's got to be you're doing that on purpose.
Oh yeah, it's a government thing.
You think it's the government?
I think it's the government.
Which government?
Ours.
The United States government.
I think that they're allowing it and enforcing it to make it happen.
Why? Why?
You know what? I don't want to dig too deep into it because I didn't research
Clay,
it.
that's our job.
Okay,
Are
listen.
you kidding? You can't
Okay.
just say it's the government and then not tell me what
Okay,
you
listen.
mean.
If you put me on the spot,
Motherfucker.
I'm going to tell you the most.
I'm asking you to shoot from the
irrational
hip.
fucking
I'm not
theory.
asking you to cite your
I'm shooting from the
resources.
hip. If you shut the fuck up, I'll shoot from the hip.
I'm just trying to get you to go the right
I
direction
wish I could
here.
shoot you from the hip right now because you won't shut the
I
fuck
wish your
up.
camera was
I'm
working.
gonna shoot for the hip and let you know that I think that it probably has something to do with Big Pharma and funding them on their based on their output. Think of it: a pharmaceutical company that creates fentanyl synthetically, then can distribute it as much as they fucking want, and then get money from the government because they are distributing product, right? And we all know that Big Pharma controls a huge part of a lot of shit, especially too much in politics and everything. So it's just them kind of circle jerking in the corner and while everyone else is dying because they don't care about the poor people. Mm-hmm. Now, unfortunately for them, sometimes that does end up killing public figures or celebrities because, you know, they're not safe from opioid addiction and or, you know, other drugs that are cut with it. But, you know, it's just the fact that it happened so quickly and not a lot has been done about it. It's just kind of like it's got to be a government thing. You get what I'm saying?
But what do they want to do?
He's fucking with my camera, so he's not at his microphone. He asked what they want to do. What they want to do is keep the poor poor and the rich rich, and do whatever they can to do that, because this is a borderline totalitarian capitalist environment.
But how are they going to make money if we're all dead?
Well, no, they don't make money from us. They make money from the government. The government has the money.
But how? But if we're all dead because we took too much fentanyl, how are they going to make money?
I don't know. They'll figure it out.
You don't think that's the plan?
I mean, that's what they always do.
The plan is control and power. It's not money.
Yeah. Well, also think about other countries that were, you know, harboring heroin or cocaine or whatever the fuck else into this country illegally, and they couldn't tax it. So by eliminating the access to those drugs, also, they're controlling and monopolizing on the situation. Do I think that low-level drug dealers have a direct connection to government or the big pharma? No.
No, that's not what
But
it
there's
is, though.
15 billion fucking layers between that, and that's just how they do it.
Drugs come in and certain
Yeah,
drugs
you're not going to be able to follow that paper trail, honey.
honey,
Honey.
no paper.
And I think I sound crazy sometimes, but like it seems plausible because we know how fucked up the government is. I could just be guessing, you know? It's kind of like in that show The Good Place when he talks about like the percentage of people that are right about what happens after death. And he said there was like one guy who was on acid back in the 70s who was like 97% correct. And he was just going on like a fucking high rant. And that, you know, it would be crazy if I were just shooting in the dark and I was right. But I think it's just kind of a dumb theory of mine because there's no fucking way, right? Like there's no way that the government would do that. Or Big Pharma would do that. You still fucking with that camera? You just want me to drag on about this?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Why? You feel unsafe?
Yes, now I do.
You look really red.
I've been in the sun a lot.
With who?
Working.
For who?
Your father.
Doing what?
Building things and
Building what?
breaking things down and building things. Mostly getting yelled at. Huh?
Mostly getting yelled at?
Well, yeah, you know, he does that.
What are we going to do?
Well, it's really hard to tell a 55-year-old man that's done the same thing his entire life that there's such thing as displaced anger, you know. So I just haven't done that. I just yell back at him when he yells at me.
Why would you yell back at him?
Because he's a weak old man and I can take him.
What do you yell at him?
Huh?
What do you yell at him?
Whatever. I don't know. Like we were doing something today that I'd never done before, and he was acting like I was dumb because I didn't know exactly where I was going. And I said, I've never done this before, guy. And that made Dennis laugh his fucking ass off because I called him guy. But I mean, I was just kind of like, you know, you could really throw someone off their balance a little bit if you just call them something else.
What's mom call you?
Oh, well, a lot of things.
Such as?
She calls me shit for brains.
Mr. Man.
She calls me that sometimes too. You know, there's the family nickname as well, which we don't got to talk about that. Yeah, but you know, I don't want the whole. I don't want all of your Patreon subscribers.
I call you that on
to,
here all the time.
Do you?
This is the public episode.
You're a public episode.
Um,
I'm glad you're back. Welcome back to your show, dickface.
I was trying to set your fucking camera up. If you would buy me a new fucking camera.
Baby, I can barely afford any of my shit.
What are we going to do?
My fiance's unemployed still.
What are we going to do?
I'm hoping she starts next week at her new position. But I don't really know any information about that. And it's just kind of like, you know, I'm just trying to live. I was at the Kirkwood Lowe's at 6 a.m. the last 2 days.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
There's a bald guy there. He's very talkative, and it's very early to be talkative.
Oh.
His name's Justin. He works there. I don't know. He's nice. It's just I don't like getting talked to a lot when I'm awake at 6 in the morning at a Lowe's in Kirkwood, Missouri. There's a lot going on.
You know what I screenshotted on my way home? There was a guy that I'm friends with on a social media platform who was, I think, the line cook at a place called Pasta House Pronto. And
Was that like a food truck version of Pasta House?
it was like a quick serve version
That
of Pasta
sounds
House.
fucking horrible.
It was stupid. And
I feel like I remember that.
yeah, they don't have them anymore.
Well, they barely have Pasta Houses anymore.
Right, I know.
Why Pasta Houses? Our cousin, one of our cousins, is in love with Pasta House. and
I love Pasta House.
I fucking don't get it.
It's a St. Louis institution.
It's like.
But you
a
know what?
lesser
Pasta
of-
House is to Olive Garden exactly like what Lion's Choice is to Arby's.
I would rather do Olive Garden than Pasta House.
You take that back.
Hey man, their chicken gnocchi soup and their breadsticks, their endless soup salad and breadsticks thing, girl, date night. Load up on the carbs and the soup. You know,
I like to do the tour of Italy.
you should do the one that's on South Lindbergh, and then you should load up on breadsticks and soup, and then go see a movie.
Can we do a bang bang for the Patreon where we do tours of Italy at Olive Garden and then we do the Admiral's Feast at Red Lobster?
No, because I don't want to kill myself. Last time I ate at Red Lobster, I had
It's too
so
much
butter.
breadsticks and too many biscuits.
so
I think
much
we'd have to skip
butter.
the breadstick and biscuits.
You can't skip the breadsticks, Olive Garden, and the Cheddar Bay biscuits at fucking Red Lobster. Are you high?
So you think we hit Olive Garden right when they open at 11
I'm
a.m.
saying
and
that-
then we hit a Red Lobster for dinner?
I'm saying that Bang Bang lineup is dangerous and reckless. You're a reckless
Not if
individual.
we do some physical activity in between the two.
When we want to go move another piece of furniture before we go to the next one.
I could, you know what? I could use your help around here on some things.
You know that whole area's got restaurants
Do you
in
know-
it that are not chains.
Can I recommend
There's
something?
Concord Grill. They got so many burgers. There's fucking Shotzi's. We could do a Bang Bang and walk across the street. We could get a pizza at Shotzi's and then a burger at fucking Concord, and we wouldn't have to set foot in a fucking food chain. And you know what? They're right fucking there. And there's a dispensary. Let's buy some weed.
I've been in there. That's
Do
a
the
nice
fucking-
one. They have their own premium.
We could do that.
blend.
Oh my
that-
goodness, we could buy weed.
I have the
We could-
jar. I
we could
saved the jar
buy
'cause it has
weed
the
at the
arch on it.
dispensary. We could walk to Sunshine Daydream to buy something to smoke the weed with. We could smoke the weed while walking to Shotzi's, get a pizza at Shotzi's, and then finish off with a burger.
Is that AAA vacuum place still there?
There's also a Euro joint. I don't know what you're talking about.
There used to be a vacuum repair place over there.
There are only a few people listening to this right now that know what the fuck we're talking about.
No, people. There's a lot of local people that really appreciate the local insight. I think there's lots of podcasts in St. Louis, but not a lot of them about mostly garbage food to eat. In
I
St.
went to
Louis. It's a
Concord
specialty
Grill.
of mine.
I went to Concord Grill for lunch today. Guess what their special was that I got? Everyone got it actually. A pound of fried catfish and 2 sides.
I hate catfish
Oh man, I ate like a pound and a half of catfish because some people weren't finishing their lunch. and I was
because
like, you can't.
it's a mud fish.
you can't waste
you
it.
seriously are going to have mud in your veins.
Jacob, I have fiberglass insulation embedded in my arms that I can't get out. I'm probably going to get cancer.
It's like a shrapnel injury. That's like the most white trash version of a POW injury.
Last week,
I
3
got
out of the
fucking
5 days.
fiberglass insulation embedded in my ass.
3 out of the 5 days that I worked last week, I was up in an attic in Town and Country shoveling fucking loose insulation out of the way so we could raise a
Guys,
ceiling.
this is what happens when you don't subscribe to the Patreon. When
Guys.
you don't subscribe to the Patreon, my baby brother gets fiberglass insulation embedded in his subdermal layer.
I thought I'd have a new job by now. Wait, didn't we do that like 2 episodes ago?
If
Find
we had
baby brother a
1,000
job.
subscribers on Patreon, you wouldn't have to be in an attic.
I think you should be promoting more outside of this podcast.
Promoting what?
You should make stickers for Jacob V Weekly and smack them on the walls all over the bars.
Really. Oh, we have to go buy Powerball tickets.
Why? Because it's at like $1 billion.
It's at a flat Billy, baby. Billy Bush.
You'll get like 440 million.
I'm
out of
going to
it.
do 5 Powerball quick picks, and then I'm going to do 5 Mega Millions quick picks because that's like 700 million right now. And you know what? I'm not uppity. I'll do 700 million.
I don't know if uppity is a good word.
I'm not too good for 700 million. But when I saw the 1 this morning getting on the highway, I said, "Oh, somebody must have won that because it's down to $1 million."
And then
I
you
saw the
swerve. Counting the zeros.
No, it just said 1.0, and I said, "Oh, somebody must have won because it's back down." And I said, "Oh, wait, that's not $1 million. That's a Billy,
$1 billion. Do you remember Ricky Gervais was in a band in the 80s?
I don't fucking like English people. I'm going to say it. 1776 already happened.
What happened in 1776?
The revolution, dickhole.
Yeah, there was that. In 1803 there was cholera, and sometimes if you went to the doctor, they would be like, you know what you need? You need an ear nail, and they put a nail in your ear. And then they let the bad stuff leak out. You got ghosts in your blood. Do cocaine about it.
Yeah, they got leeches.
Mm-hmm.
They would do a leech. They used to love a leech.
I love leech
She
therapy.
loves a leech.
Do you know why I found out about leeches? Have we talked about that on the show at all?
About what?
Why I found out about leeches?
No, you have never told me
So
about
if you
leeches.
rip off a leech, you will bleed more. But if you burn it off and make it detach itself, it will secrete something through its fangs that will cause you to stop bleeding, like a coagulant almost.
A coagulant?
Something that will help to coagulate your blood so that you bleed less. And I don't really remember why, but I remember hearing about this, and it's fascinating. Because all I've ever done every time I've ever had a leech is rip that motherfucker off, and I was like, well, he ripped out my skin, I'm bleeding. Turns out if you do it a different way, they'll let go. They say actually if you take a match and then you light it, and then you let it burn for a second, and then you put it out, and then you immediately apply the extinguished hot match to the back of the leech, it will not kill the leech, and the leech will release itself from your body.
It'll just burn the leech.
But it will also secrete an agent into your flesh before it releases itself from your body that will
From your body.
from your body
From your body.
that will stop you from bleeding so much because it wants to keep you alive because it's a fucking parasite. What's going on? What's that noise?
That's Piglet. She's filing her nails.
That on your floor?
No, that's the lining of her crate.
Why is she in her crate?
She's always has to be kennelled because she tries to get into the bathroom and eat everything.
She's just always kenneled all the time? Does she never get to hang out with her
just
siblings?
when I'm not home.
Oh. Is Kiki home?
No, Keenan's in Chicago.
When did Keenan go to Chicago?
Yesterday.
Why?
Because she has to work.
What's in Chicago?
I don't even know.
Oh,
A meeting
well.
of the minds.
Well, that'll happen.
They got to sell some units.
Is this going to be like when she went there for that convention with her father and then they both got COVID?
No, he's not going.
Oh, why is he not going?
He doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, right. He retired or quit.
He's going to Valinor.
I don't know what that is. That sounds like something out of the Lord of the Rings.
That's the island they
Wait,
go
he
to.
quit working in corporate America to go to the fucking
He's going to go die.
the Middle Lands. He's going to
Yeah.
go fight a dragon in Valinor.
In Valinor. Where you can finally be at peace.
But first he has to pass through the low valley of Kershlag,
And there's a swirly twirly gumdrops, I think.
and you have to avoid the maw.
If seriously, I pray for him every day because if he comes face to face with a maw, I don't know if he can do it.
But he'll think that he can.
Oh, he'll square up. I just don't know if he's going to stay.
He'll square up with that maw.
He'll square up with a maw.
You ever square up on a maw?
I would never, but
Man.
that's the difference between me and him. That's why he is so successful, and I'm a fucking cuck that can't even get an email back from Lion's Choice.
Why are you emailing Lion's Choice?
I haven't emailed them. I'm afraid they won't answer it.
Oh, well, you miss 100% of
This
the shots
show
you don't
needs a
take.
sponsor. I have to have fiberglass surgically removed from your subdermal layer.
Yeah, someone should do that. It's getting itchy.
If Lion's Choice doesn't call me, you're going to have fiberglass in your arm for the rest of life.
Well, the thing is, what you got to do with fiberglass is you got to take a hot shower, and then you got to turn it to cold. But when it's on the hot side, it opens up your pores, and then you scrub as much as you can to try to get all that extra shit out of your skin. And then you turn it to cold so that closes your pores and keeps that stuff from going back in your skin. It's a process.
That's like some blue-collar witch magic.
Yes.
That is some fucking trailer voodoo.
Sometimes you need a loofah. But my lovely fiance...
Say, listen to me, brother. You need hot water and cold water.
He needs more blankets and less blankets.
He simultaneously needs to be hot and then cold.
Just like that detox scene.
It'll
in
push the poisons out.
Walk
It'll
Hard.
push the blasphemy from your heart.
What was I just saying?
Um,
Well, you threw me off, and I forgot.
I threw you off? Mm-hmm. You said you took a hot shower and then you made it a cold shower because
Oh,
it got
I was
this
saying my lovely-
fiberglass out of your skin.
I was saying my lovely fiance.
Folks,
create-
this is what happens.
Oh my God! She makes her own soap, and it's
Who?
It's Danielle, my fiance. She makes her own soap, and it's got the scrubby bits in
Who
it.
are you screaming at?
You, because you won't let me fucking talk. And I just wanted to say that simple thing that my fiance makes soap, and it's got the scrubby beads in it, so that I could scrub my skins when I got the fiberglass insulations in them. And you wouldn't let me say it, and now I've said it, and I've gotten way too over the top about it, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's move on to something else.
Like what?
I don't know. You got a list, bitch. Get your list, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Who is it?
7:22. Oh, I don't wanna.
What are you talking about? What's in 4 days?
I gotta go play at some church.
Are you reading emails
No,
while
it's a
you're
text
trying to do your
message.
podcast?
I mean, it's just hard to keep up with everything. Did you see that in Missouri they're going to invite retired teachers back into the classroom? They're going to pay them for working in the classroom, and they're going to let them continue to draw their retirement pension.
I mean, it sounds like a good thing for teachers. Oh, no, it's not going to be. Because, well, let's be honest, they're probably going to lowball them on the pay knowing that they're receiving retirement as well. And then the education system is just so fucked up from the last few years alone that it's just going to be very difficult, especially for retired ones. I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think they're going to do it.
They got to revamp and restructure
I think they'd
and
rather-
refund.
Well, this is what I've been learning. I really
education.
don't think the traditional classroom teacher, as it exists right now, is actually set up to be successful as one person.
Makes me scared.
I think you need to double the number of teachers across the board.
Well, yeah, but how are they going to do that if they all get paid like shit and treated like shit?
They have to pay them all more. It has to come out of the defense budget.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Well, then everyone's kids are going to be fucking dumb, and it's not even going to be their fault.
Kids are already dumb.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's going to stay that
It's
way. And
already
it's gonna get
happened,
worse.
and it's already getting worse. And I keep seeing people get interviewed and quizzed with random shit, and it's like, how do you not know this?
Yeah.
I saw a teenager probably getting interviewed by his mother the other day on a reel, and he didn't know how many states there were in the United States.
And she was probably appalled that he didn't know that.
She thought it was hilarious. She asked him all kinds of questions like that, and he just didn't have an answer, or the answer was way wrong. He didn't know there was 26 letters in the alphabet. All kinds of random shit that you should just know. You know? And that's a problem.
Yeah, the real thing, you should just ask him to read something to you out loud.
It's like, and it's not even like cute and funny. Like, that's just sad because
you
you
do
know
me a
how bad it
favor?
is. Huh.
Grab the nearest thing to you that has words on it.
Got it.
Read it.
iNuke NU1000 ultra lightweight high density 1000 watt power amplifier.
What about the back side of the box? It probably has a paragraph on it.
Oh, you want me to read fucking...
I'd love a complete sentence.
Okay. Nope, that's Chinese.
Don't read the Mandarin.
Okay, hold on.
You know what? I've lost all of my
We
Mandarin.
hear
I didn't
you.
get my last booster, and now I can't remember how to speak Mandarin. It's the wildest thing.
You forgot to speak how to speak Mandarin?
Well, because remember, I told you when I got my COVID booster, I woke up speaking perfect Mandarin,
No, you didn't.
but now I can't even remember. Are you going to read me a
This
paragraph?
is the only paragraph I could find on this thing. Independent DC, LF, and thermal overload protection on each channel automatically protects amplifier and speaker without shutting down the show. Why did you want me to read that? Zero attack limiters offer maximum output level with reliable overload protection. Did you not think that I could read?
I just wanted to check.
Are we done?
Apparently, how's that for timing?
What? Oh my god, it's 10 o'clock. We didn't talk about, like, anything on this episode.
Yes, we did.
We were all over the place.
We covered it. We proved that you know how to read.
Oh, thank God.
I love you so much.
I have fiberglass in my skin and I know how to read.
Guys, save baby brother's subdermal layer from the clutches of fiberglass.
Fear me.
Patreon.com/JacobV. Exclusive content every
Everyone
week.
Venmo me $1.
It's $1 a week. It's $4 a month, or you could pay more if you want. So we have a couple people that are our executive producers, Neil Wolf and Doreen Priestley, right now, are our executive producers who pay more than $1 a week. But that's just because they love the content so much. JacobV.com, Caddyshack of New Hamel, Illinois. No Antics, the Femgrime full LP is out everywhere. Blinded by Stereo, my only vinyl record on the market. Blinded by Stereo on Bandcamp.
It's pretty.
Support those guys. New music from Jacob V and the Yes Men is being mixed and mastered right now. Pray for them. Shout out. Baby brother. We love you.
Yep.
Take care of each other.
And I love you, random
Don't go
citizen.
change.